my god. Get him out of here. Honestly, I feel so bad. I feel bad for the guy. I do feel bad for the guy.
Alongside
What's going on, guys? It is JJ here, back with a new video, and today, this one, I think it's going to be it's going to be extremely subjective. I'm going to hear out the creator of this video, because obviously you guys should check out their original video as well. Link to that is in the description. But it is talking about the Russian F1 driver Nikita Mazepin. Mazepin? I think it's Mazepin. But anyway, it's talking about how he's not even worthy of an F1 seat, how he's one of the worst F1 drivers in the current competition. I'm kind of using this as more of a way for me to learn about the driver, because there are still drivers who I don't even know their names in the field. Bit by bit, we are slowly learning, I think, the entirety of F1. We're going to learn all the drivers in the field. We're going to discuss like where people think they should be at, where the car should be at, and obviously before the season begins, because we're slowly approaching March, we're going to have a predictions video. Not to mention, we're going to have a lot of F1 content coming up. People have been asking me if I'm going to go back to doing football stuff, if I'm going to do any Eurovision stuff. I've debated doing those on top of the F1 content, but for now, I'm going to stick with the F1 stuff because I still have a lot to learn from you guys, and I kind of enjoy doing it. Not kind of, I really enjoy doing it. So we're going to take a look at Nikita Mazepin. Let me know your guys' thoughts on him down in the comments below, and let's get into the video. As well, guys, you can find the original video down in the description below.
So, the HAAS Formula 1 team will field a completely new driver lineup for the 2021 season. One of those drivers will be Mick Schumacher, son of 7-time world champion Michael. This guy...
I know HAAS, like Williams, is named after the team and is not a car brand. What car is it then? Like, what car company helps create, and what engineering team? Like, did HAAS create their own engineered cars for that?
Has a lot of
do they steal parts
and
from
many
it?
are predicting great things for the
there?
lad. Not to put too much pressure on him or anything, but the driver who is filling the other seats isn't quite looked up to in the same light. Many have described him as a pay driver just buying his way into the sport, which I don't understand, given that every single racing driver in history has some amount of backing to them. This new addition to the grid is Nikita Mazepin, and if you're unfamiliar with the guy, I'll provide a little rundown of the Russian and whether he is worthy of a Formula 1 seat.
Ooh, let's go! Let's go! Listen, I have a feeling this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
Now, if you think that Mazepin is the son of a Russian billionaire who owns a major chemicals company and is the driving force behind his son's financing, you're right, because that's exactly what the case is. However, having backing in motorsport is one of those indisputable prerequisites, along with a lack of fear and a bottomless pit of your own ego. So putting aside the origin of Mazepin's backing, how is the lad? Is he good? Is he bad? Well, as we so often do on this channel, we'll have a look at his racing career to date and see what success he's had on the run-up to 2021. So Mazepin competed in karting throughout the world in the early 2010s, with some decent success, including a second place finish in the 2014 World Karting Championship, just losing out to Lando Norris, but finishing ahead of Johan Daruvala and Callum Ilott. Not content with living in karts forever, Mazepin's first foray into racing cars came at the end of 2014, making a one-off appearance in the MRF Challenge Series in India. And you know, it wasn't a bad debut, taking a podium in his maiden hit-out. He then contested his first full season of car racing at the start of 2015, driving in the Toyota Racing Series in New Zealand for E-Tech Motorsport. He would kinda struggle in this series, finishing behind teammates Thomas Randall and Callum Ilott in the standings, and had a best finish of 8th throughout the season. Meanwhile, the championship in the New Zealand Grand Prix would be won by Sir Lancelot. Not the best of starts, but I mean, hey, he's only starting, right? For the remainder of the year, he would contest the Northern European Formula Renault Series with Joseph Kaufman Racing, with part-time appearances in the Euro Cup as well. Now, while he did achieve his first podium at the Red Bull Ring that year, he was convincingly beaten by his teammates Delatraz, Jorg, and Vantol. So again, not looking terribly great for him. But,
so what I'm hearing is pretty much the only reason he has his seat is because of financial backing. Because there are drivers that are better than him and have proven they're better than him at lower stages, but
and all that jazz. The year 2016 comes around, and Mazepin decides that 1 year of Formula Renault with no wins is enough for him to graduate to Formula 3 machinery, contesting the European Series full-time with Hi-Tech, with a one-off appearance in the British F3 Championship and a drive in the Macau Grand Prix later that year. His European season was rubbish, securing only 10 points and finishing 20th in the standings, while the series was once again won by Sir Lancelot. And some will be asking how he did against his teammates. Well, his teammates just so happened to be Ben Barnicoat and George Russell.
So not good.
And then finally he retired from the
good.
Macau Grand Prix after he slapped the wall. So what we have here is 2 full years of car racing with no notable results other than 1 win in the British F3 series. And I can understand why you'd be looking at me as if I had turds hanging out of my mouth, because I said this guy wasn't a bad driver, but his performances so far suggest that maybe he was the motor racing equivalent of Jai Courtney. 2017 would pick up a little bit, remaining with high tech in the European F3 series. Mazepin was now teamed up with Ralph Aaron, Tadasuke Makino, and Jake Hughes. Still a strong combo, but at least Jude Law's clone wasn't there anymore to make him look stupid. Mazepin achieved 3 podiums, including 2 at the Red Bull Ring in what was a strong weekend for him. However, while he finished ahead of Makino in the standings, he still finished behind teammates Aaron and Hughes in the standings. Although in fairness, it wasn't as comprehensive as the previous year, so you can argue that progress was made, I suppose. By the time 2018 clocked over, Mazepin latched himself to the ART GP3 outfit, driving alongside Jake Hughes, Callum Ilott, and Antoine Hubert, 3 highly regarded talents, driving for the best team on the GP3 grid. I guess you were expecting him to finish around 10th place or lower maybe? Well, that didn't happen. Instead, Mazepin won 4 races throughout the year to finish 2nd in the standings behind Hubert. This seemed like a remarkable turnaround considering the last few years were void of any meaningful results. But I mean, hey, important thing is that he's delivering now, right? Thinking that 2nd place in GP3 was good enough, and to be honest, it probably was, Mazepin graduated to the Formula 2 series in 2019, once again teamed up with ART. Paired up with Nick de Vries and in a decent car, Mazepin would prove to the world that he was capable of piloting. No, he sucked up. De Vries won the title while Mazepin finished 18th in the standings, behind a man who
he's bad. He's so bad.
Widely regarded as one of Formula 2's most prominent drivers. Someone who puts it all on the line and will never leave an inch for any other driver. Sean Carlisle. Bruh. So we have 1 good year of results, with the remainder being pretty forgetful. It does sound like I'm bagging the guy, but this is the man that's going to be in the top flight of motorsport starting from next year. In his final year of junior Formula racing, Mazepin competed in the Asian F3 series with high...
When was this video made? I guess we gotta take a look. 2020. Oh god. Oh god. Do we dare look up his results from 2021? Do we dare? Mazepin 2021. Oh goodness. Okay, we have. Is that it? Are those his only results? Where is he at? He didn't finish. Okay, so he didn't finish that race. Unlucky. He took 17th, 2 laps behind. How about Portugal? This guy 19th. Spanish GP. Come on. 19th. Okay. We're getting 17th. You know what? That's a good start. 14th. Beat Lewis Hamilton. I'm gonna guess that was because of an accident. So 14th is his best finish so far. 20th. Oh goodness me. 18th. 19th. 17th. 14th in the DNF, so everyone DNF'd. Mick Schumacher's right there ahead of him as well. There's Mick Schumacher, there's Mazepin, so 17th. How about the Dutch Grand Prix? How is it Mick Schumacher 18, Mazepin 20? So honestly, this car might be extremely bad, because Mick Schumacher is also finishing like right in front of him. Mazepin 16th. 18th, Mick Schumacher didn't finish. Oh my goodness, the HAAS car, what is going on? 20th, Mick Schumacher also was right in front of him. So Mick Schumacher is always finishing ahead of him, but they're both very bad, 16th and 17th. That's a humongous yikes, 18th. He's never going to beat the 14th position, is he? Oh my goodness. 18. And then the last race of the season, 18. Okay, oh my god. Get him out of here. Honestly, I feel so bad. I feel bad for the guy. I do feel bad for the guy.
Alongside Ukyo Sasahara and
Oh,
Alessio
goodness.
Delita. Oh, Jesus. Now, Sasahara would not be classified in the standings as he was a guest driver for the whole season. So Mazepin's only competition within the team was with Delita. And beating Delita is like outperforming a eunuch in an orgy.
Snap your...
Needless to say, Mazepin finished highest of the high-tech drivers, third in the standings, behind Joey Elders and Jack Doohan. However, Sasahara picked up 3 wins in his time in the series, while Mazepin won nada. Sorry to take the wind out of your sails. But it was all prep for the upcoming Formula 2 season, and I mean, hey, as long as he performs well there, all is well, right? Well, with 1 round to go in this year's series, Mazepin has secured 2 wins, and currently sits 3rd in the standings. His performances throughout
So
the
he
year
actually
have been
did good
very
in Formula 2.
when he hasn't been trying to kill small Japanese men with bits of plastic. But is he ready for Formula 1? Well, that is a question we were already asking just 2 years prior to this, because Mazepin's F1 ambitions are nothing new. It all began back in 2016, when Mazepin was a development driver for Force India. He continued testing for them in 2018, right up until the point where the team was in serious jeopardy. At the time, there were 3 main contenders to buy the fledgling Force India team: Lawrence Stroll, Dimitri Mazepin, and Bad Santa. Although Bad Santa was immediately turned away, so it was a bit of a bidding war between Stroll and Mazepin. Likelihood was that whoever won the bidding war would not only have an F1 team in their arsenal, but would guarantee a seat for their son on the Formula 1
And Lance Stroll is
But
already
here we
there,
are in
isn't he?
2020 and we all know who won that bidding war. Mazepin tried to take legal action, but that of course didn't really go anywhere, leaving Mazepin on the sidelines, at least for now.
Okay, so obviously now that we've taken a look at the, is he worthy to be in an F1 seat? Obviously he's already in an F1 seat. He's probably going to remain for a bit. So let me know your guys' thoughts and predictions on him for the 2022 season. He did not have a finish higher than 14th in the HAAS car, although in fairness, Mick Schumacher also extremely struggled. There are probably more worthy drivers out there. When people say that F1 drivers are the best 20 drivers in the world, I don't think they mean Nikita Mazepin. But in fairness, good luck to him. There's always a redemption arc, and there's always a redemption that you can sort of see sometimes with F1 drivers, and maybe he will find his way with the HAAS car. Obviously, towards the end of this video, they said he could find his way with the Mercedes. He did really good times in the Mercedes, but I feel like anyone could do really good times in the Mercedes. It all depends, obviously, but yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts on Nikita Mazepin down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.